Malibuca, who won the FNCS Grand Finals last week, earning himself and his duo $170,000, just recently showed off his Fortnite settings, his updated keybinds, and all of his Nvidia settings that he used to come first place. So I thought we'd go ahead and check them out in this video today. So if you want more videos like this, please drop a like and subscribe to the channel. But starting off with his video settings, firstly, he's using full screen, his resolution is 1920 by 1080, he's got frame rate limit on 360 FPS to match his monitor's hertz, and he's using performance mode on low graphical fidelity, which significantly boosts your FPS. Along with that, he's got his brightness on the max setting, that's 150%, and he is currently not using a colorblind mode. He's also got his 3D resolution on 100%, he's got his view distance on far, which allows him to see items at a much farther distance. His textures are on low and his meshes are on low as well. Next up, for his audio, all of his volume settings are on the default. He's got his sound quality on high, and he's also using visualized sound effects, which gives you the huge advantage of seeing each sound visibly on screen. Next, we've got his game settings. He's got the disable pre-edit option turned off. He's got auto confirm edits on none, so each edit and reset he makes is all manual. He's also got his FOV minimum on 60 degrees, his FOV maximum on 105 degrees. He's got most of his replay options turned off for a slight FPS boost, as well as having the energy saving options off for another slight FPS boost. Next, we've got his HUD. Now his reticle is obviously on. His reticle ammo indicator is on, which adds a little indicator on screen. His damage numbers are on list, so each amount of damage dealt he needs to add up himself, and his damage feedback is on hit only, which looks like this on screen. Oh, and his damage numbers scale is on 125%, and his HUD scale is on 75%. Next, we've got his sensitivities. His X and Y are both on 8%, his targeting and scope are both on 50.1%, his building and editing sensitivities are on the default 100%, and all of these are on a mouse DPI of 800, a mouse hertz of 2000 I believe, a Windows sense of default, and mouse acceleration turned off. Oh, and for his double movement, I believe he is not using this. As you can see here, his custom diagonals are off, although he may use a third-party program. Moving on, we've got his keybinds. Now his movement is all default, apart from sprint, which is on C, and auto run on T, with crouch on left control. Reload is on R, use is on G with mouse wheel scroll down. His harvesting tool to slot 3 is on 1 to 4. His slot 4 is on mouse button 4. His slot 5 is on X. As for building, his wall is on Q, floor is on V, stairs is on F, roof is on left shift, and then his trap is on mouse button 5. With repair/upgrade on B, rotate building on R, and then his building edit is on E and mouse scroll up. Next up, we've got his Nvidia settings. Now, as you can see here, if he goes into his 3D options, you can see the majority of these have been optimized for most FPS. His resolution, you can see here, is on the default. As for his color settings, these have been optimized. You can see he's got a higher digital vibrance that makes colors pop out more. And then in his adjust desktop size and position, you can see he's using no scaling. You can also see he's got his refresh rate on the max one. Next up, we've got his setup. Now for his mouse, that's the Logitech G Pro X Superlight 2. His mouse pad is this Artisan one on screen in the X soft and red color, I believe. His keyboard is the Apex Pro 10 keyless 2023 edition. His monitor is the Asus TUF VG25 9QM, and his headset is the Logitech G Pro X2. And finally, we've got his PC specs. His CPU is an AMD Ryzen 1. His motherboard is an Asus ROG Strix. He's got 32GB of RAM. His GPU is the Nvidia RTX 3070. His SSD is the Samsung 980 Pro, and his PSU is the Corsair RM1000X. Moving on, here are some additional settings you should be using to increase your FPS and lower your ping. So starting off in the Epic Games launcher, you want to head to the top right into the settings, then scroll down to where it says desktop notifications, and simply disable show free games and show news and special offers, as these can cause FPS stutters when they're pushed out, so it's best to disable both of them. After that, you can scroll down slightly and open up Fortnite. You can tick the additional command line box, and you can put in these 3 different commands if you'd like, although I have heard that they don't actually do anything this season, but I like to just try them anyway. Next, in the library where you see Fortnite, click on it and then go into the options, and inside here you want to uncheck high-res textures for a slight FPS boost. You want to uncheck DirectX 12 shaders as we're going to use performance mode, and I also recommend using the pre-downloaded stream assets as this can help you big time with ping. You can also go into the Epic Games Launcher folder on Windows inside that engine file right there and actually paste in this command that I'll have in the description below. And what this does is it increases your download speeds on the Epic Games Launcher, so you'll download game updates way faster than before. Next, on your desktop, press Windows key and R, then type in %sign local app data, then you want to press F, scroll down until you find Fortnite game, and this right here is what we're going to be resetting. We're essentially going to delete it, but if you're a bit worried about that, you can make it back up, but I'm just going to go ahead and go straight for it and literally press the delete button, and just like that, it's been deleted. And the reason for this is it gets rid of all the old outdated files and replaces them with brand new ones. If you scroll down to the Fortnite game folder, you'll see it's reappeared with brand new fresh settings. Just go inside of it, then go into saved, then config, then Windows client, and here is your fresh game user settings config file. So if you slowly scroll down until you get to these global illumination quality settings, you want all of these on 0. Just change them from 1 to 0. Another thing I recommend disabling is the energy saving modes. Apparently these can give you a slight FPS boost, so you want to change both of these to false if you can. If you scroll down, you will find the scalability groups. Now the resolution quality, I do highly recommend using 100, as this will give you the best quality. Some people do lower this value slightly if they want more FPS. View distance I talked about earlier, I like having that on a higher one. And then for all of these settings right here, they should be on 0. So for shading quality, go ahead and turn that off. Same with foliage quality. And then you want landscape quality off too. I believe that's a new setting. But all of these off or on 0 should give you more FPS. After, don't forget to click File and then Save. Oh, as well, inside the Epic Games Launcher, I also like to verify the files to make sure these are all good for the brand new chapter. Next, we've got the best Windows settings. Inside the control panel under the privacy setting, you want to uncheck all 4 of these right here. Then if you go into the background applications, you want to simply uncheck all these and stop them from running in the background. After that, in the advanced system settings, go under performance, then under visual effects you want to adjust for best performance and then tick these essential settings on screen. After that, I like to go into the device manager under high precision event timer, and some people say that if you disable this it can boost your FPS. It's something you should try, and if not, just re-enable it. I also like to go into the run box and type in temp. I then like to select all of these and simply delete them. I do this again with %sign, temp %sign, and yet again with prefetch. Also, while the game is running, I press Ctrl Alt Delete, go into the task manager, and then find Fortnite, right click on it, go to details, then right click on the top exe, set the priority from the default normal to high. Oh, if you go into gaming too, specifically under the game bar, you want to ensure that that is turned off, as it can give you micro stutters. As well, in the search, if you type in power plan, click edit power plan, then change advanced settings, you'll notice by default it's on a normal power plan. Instead, you want to change that to high performance, which as you can imagine will make it perform at a higher level. Next, we've got the best network settings. Straight away, you want to update your network drivers to make sure these are the latest ones available. Then want to go into your network settings and basically set them up like I've got on screen. These are essentially the best network settings you can use. Just make sure to copy one for one what I'm using on screen right now. After that, you can use the lowest ping DNS server, which Epic Games themselves recommend. Just go into your network settings as shown on screen. Then in the DNS section where you put the address, you can put in a custom one. And to find out which one is the best one for you, you can use DNS benchmark, or you can type in this command on screen inside the CMD. And that right there is all of Malibuca's settings in Chapter 5. If the video helped out and you want more, please drop a like on it and subscribe to the channel. And before you go, check out any of my other videos on screen right now.